Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Collin. On this week's show, weather whiplash.
Ahoy.
Ahoy!
How's it going?
Fine. How are you?
Well, things have gone. Last week was not a good week.
Yeah, it sounds like it did not go particularly well.
No. Well, it didn't help that one of our team members here in our local area, their schedule at their other job pivoted them from working mostly afternoons to almost exclusively evening times. So, which is when I do most of this kind of work. And so all of a sudden it was like, oh, I don't have from 5 to 10 p.m. It was like, I'm on call and I'm doing lots of walks in the evenings and stuff. Because last week, for some reason, was insanely busy in our smaller service area. There was no overlap, but this year with our two service areas, and when people needed us, which I'm kind of thankful for, but it just means we got a really long tail of busy. There's this big hump where it's spring break and everyone's going crazy, and it's and it's intense for a week, and then that goes away in one service area, and then it kind of picks up in the other, and then it just kind of prolongs the pain.
Stretches it out over. Okay, that makes some sense.
Yeah, and so it kind of means you have to sprint for a little bit longer, which is whatever. But yeah, last week whenever their schedule changed to mostly evenings, I went, suddenly. And then when they were like, actually, I can't do this one night, and I was like, that was the night I was okay.
Yeah, that's the one night I needed you to. Okay, anyway.
Oh my gosh! So yeah, that really threw me off.
Oh no!
I was like, well, oopsie doopsies. Oh no. So anyway, that was So that was last week. A lot of intense stuff, and I look at my calendar and I've started to do more color. I didn't used to color code it based off of realm of my life. And blue is for home life and purple is for work, and then a weird orange is for all things podcasting. It's been very off balance.
No.
Very lots of purple.
Oh no.
It doesn't help that I was trying to reflect on how has this quarter been, and it didn't help that with podcasting we fell way behind on interviews for the other one, and all of a sudden it was I'm having to claw back, and because I release an interview every week, I've got you have to scramble, because as you're recording them, you're burning them up, and so in order to get ahead, you've got to record at least 2 a week, right? And now all of a sudden and it's well, I better strike while people are available, so I was recording 3 or 4 a week, and whenever each interview is all of a sudden an hour and a half, and going, oh right, I have no time for that. And in addition, we're trying to hire to cover other things. So I'm not only just doing anyway. It's just, I was that's where all my time went. Dang it.
Yeah. Dang.
Oh no. So I had, that's what's been going on. So, and still trying to get things done. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We're fine. It's all fine. We got, and now of course it's oh great. I have a car that needs its registration renewed, but also I can't just renew it online because I have to schedule I have to do an inspection, and that takes time away. And then it's like, oh man, because I need to do all this stuff. So anyway, and then
fun time.
yeah, and it's springtime, or I don't know, it's supposed to freeze tonight, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, right. Like, what the heck? It's no.
Like it's April 7th. It's April 7th.
Yeah, but my land to live in, the weather has been nuts. It's crazy. Like,
yeah, it's been insane. I have been like, just the whiplash from one day to the next has been unreal.
Yeah. It's well, the weather last week was so crazy. So many storms and rain everywhere. So much rain. The most rain ever. Not ever, but like rain all over the place. It's been crazy. Yeah. And then like, by the way, now it's going to freeze. Like, wait, hold on. What? You're going to what?
Mm-hmm. Be ready for the freeze. It's like, I'm sorry. I was not.
What do you mean?
We have some strawberry plants. They're putting out lots of beautiful flowers.
Well, they were putting out lots of beautiful flowers.
Well, yeah. I sat down here and I was like, because we're going to get another freeze tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I forgot. I need to go.
I think we might also actually.
When I'm done here, I have a sheet to put on top of some plants.
Ah, yes.
Unfortunately, the old cover with a sheet.
The old cover with the sheet trick. It works though. So, I mean,
yeah,
you should definitely do it because it does work.
100% doing this. Yeah. I'm absolutely doing this so that I can have strawberries. Because we're kind of futzing with them, and they're looking really nice this year. The plants are nice, big, and healthy already and ready to go. And I'm like, must protect strawberries.
That's true. Must keep them safe. My God. You're gonna make some like so are you just eating strawberries? You're gonna go like make some jam? Do the old freezer jam thing? Are you gonna like are you gonna like make products out of them, or are you just gonna?
I should immediately qualify so far what we've been able to do with our strawberry patch. We had our strawberry patch last year, and it produced a strawberry. So
okay, that's a good start. That's an important start.
Starts with one.
Yes. That's what Lincoln Park said. So yes, obviously,
one thing, but I don't know.
In this case, one strawberry.
Yeah, sometimes
that's fine.
Doesn't matter how hard you try. Hey, so yes, we had a strawberry last year, and so we are on the hunt to make it better this year, and already off to a much better start. So it is it's promising. It's very promising. We're very excited about this. I just have to protect them now. I'm like,
here we go. That is a good step.
But yeah, and we started baseball this week, so we're in baseball practice.
Okay.
Yes, and one of the team members was very confident in not needing a jacket, and then 15 minutes into practice was making the hand motion of "I am freezing and dying out here."
See, I wonder if we know this person.
I know.
I wonder.
It's unknown.
It's a mystery. Right? I don't know who could have done such a thing as that. Right.
I have no idea. Actually, that's the frustrating part, is that you'll just never be able to
never know who it is to solve this problem.
Who this person was, and so Megan went and drove back home. Made the 6-minute trip back home to get a coat, and then came back. And she
allegedly drive the 6 minutes back home in 10 minutes just to make a point about being prepared?
No. She was good about going out, and she even came back with 2 coats to choose from for this person.
Is that because she understands the cold and how unpleasant it is?
She felt immediate connection to this. And
this unnamed person who we don't know who it was.
Unnamed person. that shall remain nameless felt immediate connection and brought back 2 coats for this individual to wear, which was much
It's very
appreciated.
kind of her. Yeah.
Yes. The thicker coat was selected.
Probably a good plan.
Not surprising, but anyway. So yeah, the coach this year is a bit more coachy, bit more on the coach bro side of life, which it's not bad. It's not bad. Our coach last year was just much more of like a hey everybody, we're out here to have a good time, right?
Does this one have like the official coach like sunglasses and like wear them on top of the head,
flat brim hats? Yeah. There was some hats and the glasses going on.
Yeah. Not begrudging the coach uniform because we are in fact related to a apparently the update. We're apparently related to a quite winning softball coach. Who knew?
Apparently,
right?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Turns out,
go team.
Yeah.
Woo.
Woohoo.
So I'm not disparaging the coach look. Okay. Aaron has been known to rock the coach uniform. It's his jam. That's okay. But I don't know if that's appropriate for like elementary school baseball. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, it's fine. We came in and we were late, which is fine. But
again, run laps, you're late. Like this.
He mentioned it.
He mentioned, sit down, bub. I don't know.
No, we came in and they were already doing drills or of some sort, right? And I'm woo, and the child runs out and I just said, go into the closest line because we're in 2 different lines. There were two different drills. I said, go to closest, and it was his turn. And the coach stopped and goes, "What's your name?" And he said, my name. And he goes, "Yeah, you were late. Anyway, and I'm like, whoa, like he can't control this. He didn't drive.
First of all, it's not him.
You need to turn and tell me that I was late. I already know that, but that's what you do, man.
What?
You can't do anything about it. So anyway,
it's a little rough start there.
Yeah. But he had fun. We went and we got some new gear because he grew from last year apparently. So
pesky kids in there growing. I don't know, ridiculous
and stuff. So he's all set and very excited, and nobody familiar from last year at all.
Oh wow, really?
All new. So I'm like, where did those 14 kids go? Like what? How many people are out doing this?
How many other baseball teams are around here? That's crazy.
Many are you? So yeah. So that was, it's a little, I told him I was very proud. It's very intimidating to go out into a field with 2 coaches that you don't know and a team of, 13 other kids that you have no idea. And, but to just go out there and do it, so it was good. It was fun. And I told him, I said, I think this is going to be the coldest practice of the year. So at least we have that. Hopefully.
Hopefully we don't get any more cold practices like that. That would not
I know.
It's particularly pleasant. Like,
yeah. And so we're doing twice weekly, 5:30 to 6:30 practices now. I'm getting back into that. Okay.
Yowzer. That's a little intense.
It's a little something. Yeah.
Intense.
You know what else is intense?
The circus? I don't
Camping.
know. Oh. Yes.
No, it's intense.
Yeah, so it was a circus.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Anyway,
are you also going camping? I don't know if this was a segue.
No, this is not a segue.
Okay, I was like, we also went camping in the pouring rain. I was like, I would never.
No, we did not.
So this show has some strange segues. So I was just double checking to make sure you're all right.
Yeah, no.
Go floating away.
Right. No. We've been doing. We have pivoted in the what the kids have been working on. I think I told you. And well, we've been finishing up some of their core curriculum, and so Megan has been having them do presentations. Been doing research on presentations.
Yeah.
Okay, and so they've been picking their favorite stuff, and again, I was like, yes, and we just so happen to have an encyclopedia set now, so this is very good.
Yes, perfect,
very wonderful,
convenient.
Yeah, Noah picked his first one was the American Indian War, and kind of the history behind that. Lillian chose the Great Barrier Reef. The next one, Noah chose Lillian chose Florida, and Noah chose castles.
Okay.
And this next one, Noah is choosing the state of Arkansas to do a presentation on, and Lillian is choosing islands. And
what? Okay.
But they put just we have books about these different things, but one of these is very clearly developing a strong theme by one of the children. I'll just say Lillian, first one, Great Barrier Reef, then Florida, now islands. I think
she's trying to tell us something here.
I think she's trying to tell us something.
Yeah, there's a subtle message in these somewhere.
No,
too bad we can't find it. Right?
Can't discern
we'll
this.
Never be able to figure out.
Indiscernible. When I asked Noah why he chose Arkansas, he said because you, talking to me, have talked about going hiking there, and I would like to go. So I was like, okay.
It's like someone's going to visit the natural state.
Natural state. It is time. So I was like, yeah, we do need to go. We need to go to Lost Valley. We need to go there. Need to go in the cave and have fun. So that's on our list to do. But
nice.
So I'll report back on how that went.
Okay.
And he, in the meantime, he was doing his cookie sales that I sent you a picture of. This went well. He made everything. So this is part of his little entrepreneurship class where they're supposed to be doing various items and tidbits. And they had an interim bake sale for their final project where they're each supposed to develop their own thing that they want to do. And then they're supposed to price it and sell it and do that kind of stuff. So this was a little practice run, and he chose he wanted to bake chocolate chip cookies. And we calculated he had to make 3 batches. He made the first one with Megan. He made the second one with a little bit of oversight with me, and he made the third one all by himself. So he's very proud about that, and including cleanup and wipe down everything.
The most important part.
Yes.
The part that I get in trouble for sometimes is the the cleanup part. The part I'm not so great at.
So just walk away. Yeah. And we went the thing that we went round and around on was how do you like pricing for these things? It was interesting because I was going, well, part of this is just we're supposed to price for education of like it doesn't matter what you price, right? Just have fun with it, right? Like that's certainly an aspect of this. But
you also don't want to lose any money.
But also you don't want to lose money, right?
You don't want to, right? Don't want to be like, oh, they're a nickel. Wait, hold on.
Right. Well, because I was like, well,
1957, get out that change purse. We need more than that.
That's part of this, right? We calculated how much we spent on supplies, and because that's why take an entrepreneurship class if we're not going to do some of this stuff, right? Like that's part of what we're adding.
We're not going to calculate.
Yeah, like come on, it's not just about like, oh, I had fun selling cookies. No, entrepreneurship.
You can also have fun selling cookies, but
yes, you also
you got to get them.
Yeah, if you want to get.
Sorry, side tangent here before we go back to actual things. Have you seen the memes of those crazy like I don't even know the dudes that do like their morning routine, and they're like, wake up 3:30. And they're like that one that's going viral right now. That one guy is like got the mouth tape on, and he's like dunking his face in the ice water, and then he's like meditates for like 5 minutes, and then he goes and works out. And then there's like more ice water, and like, what are you doing? Why did you wake up at 3:00 in the morning just to ice water your face? I don't understand what's happening. What time did you go to bed? I have many questions.
Yes. Yes. It's completely preposterous and makes no sense. Nobody lives their life like that.
No, they don't. It's
nobody. And many of those, he has like an assistant that's handing him towels and stuff.
Yeah.
And
like who is this person? Is this your like your partner? Because if your partner is reduced to like towel handing, I think we have other problems that we need to talk about. But
there's whole segments where where the assistant is doing nothing but like chopping fresh fruit for him to shut in water so he can show his face in it. And then he just leaves it. And I'm like, oh, it's also wasteful and terrible.
It's also wasteful. What are you going to do? What? The strawberries. No, they worked hard. Somebody worked hard to grow those strawberries. Dang it. You're just leaving them. You're just leaving them in the water.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody covered all those strawberries up with blankets. Okay.
Lots of people,
you're going
just
leaving your ice water.
I don't understand. It makes no sense to me at all.
It's really bad.
Yes. Yes. And so, I mean, unfortunately, that is the rise and grind version of entrepreneurship that a lot of people think is like what happens and what you
forget the calculating part.
And you forget.
They forget unit rate.
Yes.
Guys. Yes. Can't calculate unit rate, but they can get up at 3:00 and put their face in some ice water.
Yes.
They can rub a banana on their face.
Yes. They can do that. And man, do they feel accomplished.
Yeah.
Or something. Yes. So we didn't do any of that in preparation for our sales.
Good job.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll try that next time. We'll see what happens. But we did show up with our
I would like to see the Noah parody version of this. Get up in the morning, play with trains, read a book, and make some cookies,
and
eat one cookie.
build Lego set of exactly. Yep, that'd be him. But we were also trying to think very practically about this, because at first he was like, I want to price it at $0.25, and I was, or like 50 cents, and I was like, well, here's the thing. Does anybody,
I want to undercut the competition.
Right, we're gonna make it up in volume.
Exactly.
No, it was much more practical than that. Of, does anybody in this house have change for $1? Because
no,
I don't. I certainly don't. So that did play into our pricing of, we had, and he came up with, he wanted a pack. He made these little tiny cookies, and he put three small cookies in a package for $1.
Okay. Are we talking like Famous Amos size, like bigger?
You know what? Famous Amos size would be a good thing, right? So is it really $1? I don't know, but that's what he wanted. Then he made some medium cookies, and he put 2 of those for a package and priced that at $2. And then he made some large cookies and put 2 of those in a package for $3. So it was the amount of cookies certainly went up.
He's going with the, man, he learned the middle strat. Like like the movie theater, like the medium popcorn's a sham.
Yes.
Right? It only exists for you to be like, look at what a good deal the large is. That's what he's done. That's what he's accidentally done with his cookie prices.
Pushing upwards, right? And
That's right. Look at him.
I know. Nobody wants just the 3 little Famous Amos, but like, if you've got $1, sure, you'll spend it. But if you've got more than that, you're not going to, anyway.
You're going to go for the big one.
Go for the big one.
And then at the end of the day, you put the medium ones on sale, and then boom, they're gone.
We didn't do that. But what we did, we came in there, and he had, the teacher had said, oh, and have like a poster or something. And so we went and bought this like big, I mean, you saw the picture, this trifold thing.
Yeah.
Stuff. He was the only one with one of those.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
driving sales. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
Look at that.
we are. You know what?
Standing out.
And then the teacher came over and was like, I think his prices might be a little high for what we're doing. And Meg and I kind of looked at each other, and we both thought the same thing of like premium or bust. Like, like it's not all in.
Here's a real question: did he sell out of cookies?
He did. So here's the thing: he did not sell out of cookies.
Okay, then maybe they're a little too high.
But I'm going. The person who was next to them, who did sell out of things, they had these little thumbprint cookies that they were selling for 25 cents a piece. Okay, and they sold out of all of those. Even like they had 30, and they sold out of them at 25 cents a piece. Right.
So they didn't really,
didn't really make a whole lot. Right.
Yeah.
Noah didn't sell out of everything, but he came really close to recouping all of his costs. And that includes the really expensive, like we did later, we like subtracted out the trifold thing because we were like, okay, we don't need that. Didn't.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like what, but like for just like the ingredients,
baking ingredients,
baking ingredients, he covered all of that. And I'm like, there you go. There you go. See, and you got some cookies left over, so you can sell them next time, and you already have the labor anyway. So we had that.
Yeah, they're already in there, right? So
I had all that discussion, but he really enjoyed it. And his big project at the end is he's going to be selling dog treats.
Right. Yes.
So I have to learn how to make dog treats.
There you go. You have to have the cinnamon approved taste test, right?
We will
check that, right?
Yes, cinnamon approved. Cinnamon loves.
So she will probably really appreciate you learning to make them.
Yes,
right. She'll appreciate that process of repeated trial and error. She'll be like, oh no, more. Look at this.
Little by little. Yes, she'll be very off put by that. Very unfortunate. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we've been in the thick of that as well. So we've been doing presentations every Friday on various topics that people are interested in, and as we wait to round things out. So they've really been enjoying that. We did add the caveat because we've got all these topical books on all sorts of stuff in our little home library. And that's where we started. And so it was like, okay, we're going to layer in the second source of an encyclopedia. Right. And then Noah even took it to another level for his castles. We went to our library, and after he'd done his two sources, he said, I'd like to find one more book. And I was like, well, let's do this.
Okay.
And man, when you come and tell a librarian that you are trying to learn about a topic, they get very excited. And
they like the narrow search parameters.
They do. And about the time they started to bring books from the like adult reference section, I was like, I think we're good. I think we're fine.
Yeah, hold on. We'll save that one for later. Okay.
So
put it on the wish lists, right? Like,
we don't need 11 books on castles. Why do we have that many here in the library? Okay, we don't need that many.
Yeah.
Right now.
What do you got? Crenellations 1250 to 1300, right? That's when you're really getting in there and like in the weeds. Okay.
We were just looking for
you gotta watch videos of the thing, right? The thing, the France castle, the whatever it's called, the one they're building, right? You gotta get in on some of that.
Oh, right.
Right. I think there's some videos that I saw. I think I've discussed them on this channel. Here on this episode, this broadcast, we gotta dig back in there and find out. But there's like a series where there's like modern historians that like live in there and like kind of go like daily life of the castle. It's brilliant, right? It's excellent.
Yeah,
it's like the medieval farm. It's the medieval farm episode, right? Yeah. They're talking about like farming and the castle life and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's the Guidalon.
Yes. Once again, apologies to our French friends.
So sorry.
And our inability to speak French. Right. I know you know, but we just want to apologize anyway.
Yes.
We don't,
It's very apparent.
yeah, right. We didn't.
Yes. Yeah, that is under construction. Yes, I have linked to this before, but yes, so that is we'll have to dive into that. But
There you go.
yeah, so that's what we've been doing. I don't know. Yeah. What about what's new? What's new with you?
Well, I'm once again rejoining the my mother-in-law lives right next door to me club.
Oh,
so
like
there you go.
right next door.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I know, didn't she live like kind of around a corner at some point?
Yeah, a couple buildings away. Yeah. They're back. They're back. They had a bit of a health scare situation, and so they just decided, you know what, they don't want to live alone in their house by themselves anymore, and so they're coming up here. So we were helping them move on Saturday, which is we were moving like a ton of stuff, like little kitchen stuff, things like that. It's a great day to move. Saturday was 30 degrees and rainy.
Well, it didn't have any worries about overheating.
That's
nice.
true. That's true.
That's how we do.
Oh man, it's so cold.
Oh no.
So we did that this weekend. That was our big weekend. Extravaganza was doing that. So, that was, dealing with that has been most of what we're doing. Mostly Susan's dealing with it, but I was helping Saturday, carry boxes. They're just like those. Yes. Okay. Boom. I carry these. Okay. Just point me at a box and I will carry it somewhere. I can do that. Let's go.
Nice.
Susan was helping to pack them. I was just box. Yes. Truck. Yes. Hiya. So I don't nailed it. I can do that. And they were like, oh, let me help. You can't pick that up. I was like, just get out of my way. Just stand back. And this will be over soon. Just stand back. Don't. I need to help you carry that TV. No, you don't. Right. This is not like the TVs of old. Okay. Just stand back and get out of the way.
All will be
and
well.
I'm coming through. And I can load her up.
Oh my gosh.
Not a console television. Okay. I can do this. No problem. Just move it.
Yeah.
So that's been our big adventure past week or so. So,
yeah. Well, that's exciting. I mean,
it'll be good for them because, like I said, they had some health stuff and it was no good. So, other than that, not a lot. That's been our big focus recently.
Sure.
Trying to get school wound down, right? It's almost over. So that's kind of nuts, right? Yeah. So got to do some, kind of just get through the end of the year, find testing time and all that thing. So it's just kind of well, we're going and we're doing things, and we're just trying to keep going at the same, just make sure we're doing stuff. That way the kids don't get too nuts. They always get a little bit nuts, but the fact that we still have things to do kind of helps keep them
sure.
In line, lined out and everything. Pretty much had my performance review. Ooh, yeah. Right. I am exemplary, just in case you didn't know. Just so you know, just rub that in a little bit.
Kind of applause. Very nice.
Yeah. So, nothing too exciting, right? But in my free time this last week, have been doing some things, right? That kind of actually dovetail nicely into all these things you've been talking about, like budgeting and product design and farming. I watched all of season 3 of Clarkson's Farm this weekend.
Ow.
Right? So I guess season 4 is coming out soon. So I was like,
yeah.
Oh, dang it. I forgot about season 3.
Oh, no.
Yeah. As one does, right? As I do, because I get, whatever. I don't get. I'm just like, fine. So I watched all that, and this is probably the best one so far.
Really?
I don't know how. This is the magic of Jeremy Clarkson, right? He's uncouth and like ridiculous and like brazenly unapologetic and somehow incredibly sincere all at the same time. Like, I don't really know how he does it, right? I don't know how all of a sudden you're watching a farming show and you're like, I'm not crying. Shut up. I have this dust. Okay. It's not like, stop it. Like, it's so weird. Like, I literally don't know how he does it. Right.
You know,
he's the only.
I think what it is because he is, like you said, brash, uncouth, and like just an orangutan on screen. Because he is dynamic enough to have those even more slightly subtle moments, they're all the more impactful. All right, like there's that scene that goes around when he was in Top Gear of he was driving the Porsche 928 or whatever, about how the chicken was still warm. Do you remember this?
Vaguely.
I'll have to find this for you, where he says he's reviewing the Porsche review, whatever. I don't remember what this is, but he says, Hammond and May bang on about this, but I was reviewing one of this when it first came out, and
yes. His
and you're
dad,
just like,
right?
It's the 928, like the story behind it. You're just like, the way he tells the stories and like brings you in, and in that moment is so personal. It's such an intimate connection that is unlike anything else. You have to focus in on it, and he can do those moments, and they're done intentionally, and they're done to make a good point. And it is remarkable how he's able to do that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, just, yeah, it's, it's pretty nuts how he's able to do that. Right. It's impressive, right? Just how it just like brings you in like that. Right. So, this season, I was trying to find the thing so I could go over some just like recap stuff. Right. Oh, so the premise of this season, right, is he has all of this land that is not being farmed. So he wants to farm the unfarmed. That's like his thing. Right. So he challenges Caleb. Right. He basically fires Caleb from being a tractor driver and says, okay, you're fired. I have now hired you to be the farm manager.
Oh my gosh.
So like Caleb is now in charge of like all of the normal farm croppy stuff. Right.
Oh, cool.
You're just normal agro stuff, planting, cultivating, fertilizing, all that stuff, all the normal crops. And Jeremy turns all of his attention to like all the other possible ways he can squeeze money out of the farm by farming stuff that's already there. Right. So he has like this giant hedge that's full of blackberries. So part of his time goes into harvesting the blackberries and figuring out how to sell them. He like makes jam, right? And then he does the Noah thing where he tabulates up how much everything costs, and he tells Lisa how much he's got to sell it in the shop for, right? And then he argues with her because she's like, "Oh no, we got to sell it for this much." He's like, "No, I promise you, we cannot do that. That's not possible."
Yeah.
So he does that. Right. That's kind of his thing for this season, is how can we make money off of all of this unfarmed stuff, right? Things that are already here or things that we can implement relatively low cost, and I understand that relatively low cost is like, that is not necessarily like when he says some of the numbers, that's like, what? That's not low cost. But compared to the other stuff, like compared to like cost of fertilizer, this is relatively low cost, right?
Yes. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
It gets relative to the normal cost of agriculture. Like some of these other things are relatively lower cost. Now, because he is Jeremy, does he just jump in with both feet and just start swinging at stuff? Where maybe he should have like done a trial run or two? Yes, of course. But that's fine. That's not, That's the entertainment value half, right? Where he's like, yes, we're going to do this.
Of course.
That's the speed and power solution, obviously. So his farm animal that he focuses on this time, right? Season 1, he had sheeps. Sheeps did not.
No.
Sheeps did not go well, right? If we recall. Season 2 was cows. Cows went better, right? But, season 3, he's decided pigs.
Oh.
Pigs is the answer. Right? One of the reasons he's decided this is one of his potato crops failed, right?
Okay.
And so there was a field full of potatoes, but like they were just like $50 size. And you couldn't really harvest them because they were too small for the harvester to even like pick up.
Oh, wow.
They tried and like they just didn't go back. So they had all of these potatoes in there. So they said, we're going to start the pigs off in this field and they can just root around and eat the potatoes.
Fine potatoes.
Right.
Done.
So we're getting some value of the potatoes as pig food. And then we'll, also feed them and stuff. But like they had the pens built in this potato field so the pigs could eat the potatoes. Right. And then they were going to move them to a wood. So they'd be like woodland pigs. Right. And so he becomes a pig farmer. Right. And this is probably like the most like weirdly sincere part about the whole thing is it turns out Jeremy loves pigs like a lot.
Aww.
Like they're cute and they're adorable and he like loves them. Right?
Oh, wow.
So like there is trials and tribulations and tragedies with the pigs, right? And much sadness and moroseness, right? Like one of the episodes, like I can't even, the episode 4, it's like the saddest farming episode ever. Like one of the pigs dies and it's like just the way that he reacts to it and his girlfriend and like everybody and the way they shoot it. It's like the most like saddening piece of television you could possibly imagine. Right? It's like so upsetting. It's presented in a way that's like distressing, right? Like just because he's like so affected by these deaths, right?
Sure.
And so he's like he goes to big dramatic hymn, I'm never having pigs again, right? And it turns out they're too cute. He's just like, just kidding, we're having pigs again.
Didn't last long.
Didn't last long at all. But like there are some like things, right? So one of the problems was that they are living in these like he calls them pigloos. Right? Like the dog glue things, but they're like that, but way bigger.
Sure.
And so in there, after the moms give birth, the moms like roll around and they were squishing the pigs.
Ooh.
Right? The piglets. And so he was trying to figure out, Jeremy Clarkson has accidentally invented an actual thing.
Oh no.
That the people that help make these pigloo things are patenting and making.
What?
Okay. Yeah. This is probably the most surprising thing in the whole season. Jeremy Clarkson has helped with the invention of an actual useful thing.
That's wild.
I know. He made this ring. He had him build this ring that goes inside the pigloo, right?
Okay.
And it's like a railing that sticks out from the wall just like a little bit.
Oh.
So the moms can roll over and squeeze up against the railing, but there's room between the railing and the wall for the piglets to be so they don't get squished.
Oh.
Right? And on his second litter, they do a thing, and the percentage of piglets that survived because of this thing is so much higher than it was
That's
the first
insane.
time. It's insane. It's like what? Hold on. How did Jeremy actually... Wait.
Oh, no.
Wait.
He's done a thing.
He's done a thing. An actual thing. A real A for real thing has occurred.
Oh.
Yes. It's surprising, right? It's surprising. Like, I can't believe it. It's amazing. So he's actually quite a good pig farmer, turns out.
Turns out,
right?
Huh.
His other exciting plan, right? He has all this land that's like not farmable currently because it's like overgrown, right? And so, of course, he also buys some goats.
Oh.
Whole herd of goats, right? Bang.
Okay.
So he's got some goats now, and he's like growing them up, and he's gonna, you have to like, apparently, you have to like get them used to eating wild material, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So goats, like, he kept using the phrase harden their mouth. I don't really know if that's a real goat thing, but like when they're born, like they were very young when he got them. And so they were like bottle fed. And they were still like on the milking machine thing. And then they're eating like hay. Right.
I see.
So when they switch to wild silage, they can eat the grass and stuff. But to be able to eat like bark and things, it takes them a while to like mature to where they can eat, goats are famous for eating everything. Yeah. Apparently that takes a bit of time to get going. So he's started the process of having these goats to where he can just be like, this field has lots of brambles and weird stuff in it. So eventually his goal is to be able to be like, okay, I need to clear this field. I have all this extra stuff. Goats.
Release the goats.
Release the goats.
Yes. Makes sense.
So this is his other plan, right? To do that. Right. And the final scheme, right, that he does, there's some other little things here and there that don't work varying degrees of successfully. But his other one that worked quite well, he converted this like random underground bunker thing he has, because apparently part of his farm used to be a Air Force base in World War II. So that's interesting.
Naturally.
Fun side fact. I mean, yeah, it's a random farm in England. So obviously it was an Air Force base during World War II. So there's some like underground bunker things in there. He decides he's going to farm mushrooms.
Oh.
Yeah. So he buys them from these people in like, it comes in like a bag, right? With like compost and stuff and the mushroom spores and whatever is already in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just need an environment to grow. And then that bag cycles through like so many growths and then it's like spent, right? And then you can like compost that material and whatever. But so he decides to grow mushrooms and he buys like a lot of mushroom bags, like a lot. Because he's like, yes, right, we're going to do this. And so when he harvests, when they finally grow, he has so many that he can't figure out what to do with them.
Oh, no.
They like, he has like this mushroom explosion. And so he's like, how do we sell all of these mushrooms? What do we do?
It's too many.
Yeah, so he's like literally driving around to local restaurants trying to sell them like baskets of fresh mushrooms. It's really funny.
Yeah.
So it's really good. I think it's the best one yet, right?
What I love about this is it's entertainment as well, but he has really found like a thing to focus his attention on in the life of a farmer and how it's played up for comedy for him, but you take one step back and you go, well, yeah, like how would an actual farmer like figure this out? Like, what would they do with this situation? It's not just a simple matter of, just grow more things. Because if his very weird, his very silly thing of driving around trying to offload a bunch of mushrooms, right? You can grow as much as you want, but if nobody's going to buy it, doesn't do you any good, right? And it's actually going to hurt you on the back end. And that's what I've really enjoyed. I have not watched season 3 yet, so I have not. Yeah. But like what I have seen from seasons 1 and 2, that's what I really appreciate, the fact that like he's taking his his eye for what he did to cars and car design and like that ethos, and going, now I'm going to put my finger on this and talk about these practical implications, real life scenarios and things, and highlight this that a lot of people just probably wouldn't even think about.
Yeah. And plus there's the ever present fight with like the local government where he's like, I'm going to grow this and then I'm going to sell it on my farm. And they're like, no, you can't do that. And he's like, what? What do you mean I can't do that?
Yes.
What do you mean I can't grow something and sell it right here? They're like, no. He's like, what?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean no? That doesn't make that. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, yes, we want you to be a farmer. Okay, I need to sell my stuff. No, you can't do that. Wait. Then what do you mean?
Yeah. Please help me understand what I'm to do.
Yeah. Right? Like, what's the point if you can't sell it? Right. And then that's the other part, like the weird dichotomy of like him, like his kind of other side quest here is like showing how hard the farm industry is for actual farmers. Right. Absolutely. Even though he is kind of establishing himself as a farmer, like he still doesn't say like, I know everything that's happening, but like he's showcasing like what an impossible task it is. Right. About this. Like, and that's what the other guy, that Caleb guy, he keeps bringing that up. He's like, there's a lot of people that like a lot of younger generation people, they like want to farm. They like want to do this and they can't. Right. Because of like financial reasons and like all this stuff, blah, 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 regulations on things. Like they can't do it. Like they want to do it, but they can't do it. And like, that's the other part that's like really maddening because like people are talking about like, oh yes, well there's, blah, blah. If we don't have farmers, there'll be like food shortages and stuff. Like, yes, there will be. Okay, well, are we going to help people be able to farm more? No.
Why would we?
Wait, hold on. You can't have both of those things, right? Both of those, you can't just like run with both of those things at the same time and be like, yes, we need to make sure we have more farmers, but we're not going to make it possible for more people to farm. Like, what is happening? Like, we know the secret ingredient here that's not being talked about, at least in the US, right? The secret ingredient is agribusiness. Right? The elephant in the room is the agribusiness industry. Like, do you want independent small farmers? No. Because they want the agribusiness. Mm-hmm. Because that's where all the money comes from.
Yeah.
Right? And that's all the... But like, that's ridiculous, right? So that's... At least in the US, that's the like elephant in the corner over there that like, yeah, being a farmer is hard because of agribusiness.
Yep. Because there are other forces out there, right? Other than this,
that want your farmland and want to do your farming for you because they think they can do it better, which they can do more volume. Is it better though?
Yep.
Right. That's the I don't
have doubts. Yeah, well, it's like that old what is the McDonald's slogan used to say, over a billion served, right? But it didn't say they were served well or that it was quality.
Yeah, or they're happy. just like, we don't know. Are they satisfied?
No.
There were a billion people ate there. Right? So it's like, there is a thing where like, economically speaking, like but that once you get to a certain size, then like it becomes like this unwieldy mess,
Sure.
And like, sure, you can continue to do things, but like, to what end? Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, your profit margins become more negligible as you grow in scope, and then you have to artificially inflate them by like raising prices. Oh wow, I can't imagine if that would ever happen in real life. That would never be a real thing. Anyway,
no,
yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so it's, again, I think I don't know why this is actually the best show on television anywhere. Like, I have no idea how a farming show made by Jeremy Clarkson is like actually the best show that you could watch anywhere right now.
He's pretty good at it.
Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he is very good at making television. Right. And like, that's the other part about this show is I don't think you would be drawn. Like, I've watched other shows about farming, right? Just like here and there, you know, because I get recommended them because I watch this, right? And you kind of check them out and you see. But because, like, I don't know to what extent he's involved. I think we've talked about this before in like things like the filmography process and the editing process stuff. But this thing is shot beautifully. Like, it's absolutely stunning to look at all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I mean, even like a little shot of like a rabbit running across the field it looks like David Attenborough should be there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well,
that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And so you just want to keep watching because it's not just that it's like presented well and it's interesting stuff. It's shot beautifully. Right? Like the crew and the camera people on the show are incredible. And I think that makes a big difference in the end product because, like, yes, it would still be good because Jeremy's still there and blah, blah, blah. But if it didn't look like this, it wouldn't be as engaging as a visual medium. And I think Jeremy really understands visual medium.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. I mean, you could tell that through his time on Top Gear and everything that he did before that of visual storytelling was first and foremost what they did. Like everything was, and I would not be surprised if he plays a major part in of how things are supposed to be put together.
I don't know. I would like to know that. I would like to know the answer to that question.
Yeah, because you watch the evolution of that and kind of what they were trying for every season and everything, and how, like, especially once they start to do those big challenges, right? Of like Africa, like all of a sudden, like the scene. Well, just you could certainly shoot a lot of stuff of just about the car and driving, but like the running joke of, you know, they could never shoot a wildlife, you know, the wildlife, you know, being around.
Yeah.
But like the scene and the context is just as equally as important to help you understand exactly what's going on here. And that totally makes sense that would translate over to here in the farm.
Because I've watched other like car shows and stuff on YouTube and like online and stuff too. Like, you know, because you get recommended that because I've watched so much Top Gear and Grand Tour and things. But like, even though like the presentation and like the dialogue and stuff is good, like the cinematography is always lacking. Always. It's never as good. And even like, not just on the big like tour adventures, when he would do those like, well, not just him, but like it stood out mostly for him. But like when they would do those like highlight pieces, like the Lancia piece, like that thing, that is the most beautifully shot piece of car content I've ever seen in my entire life. Is that like love letter to Lancia thing that they did? Right? But any of those pieces like that, they're gorgeous.
Yeah,
they're stunning. Right? And like, I don't know. Like some of the other guys, when you watch some of their independent stuff, like they have a little bit of that, never quite as much as Jeremy does. Right. Maybe that's just because they're of the content that they're making as well. But like, I feel like especially this farm thing, it's gorgeous. Right. It's so good to look at that. Like, that's why you keep watching it. Like, yes, it's interesting. Yes, it's engaging. Yes, they do a good job storytelling. It's beautiful also. Like, that's... Oh, and you reminded me with the running joke thing. The hilarious running joke that is like all season is his dogs do not listen to him at all. They're like running around the field and he'll just be like, come, heel, sit, heel. And they're just like, they're like Jenna and Kira, where just running everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
It's the whole season has that in it. And it's
well, that's lovely.
It's absolutely hilarious. they just every once in a while they just are there and he's telling them to sit or heel and they're like running away. And it's absolutely hilarious. And there's one part too where he's like, they are running and they jump over this pig fence, right? And this thing is like over a meter tall. And they just like jump over the top of it, right? And he's like, he's watching them, but he goes, "This really annoys me." He's like, "Why can they do that, but they won't jump in the back of the Land Rover?" Oh. And then it shows him like picking them up and setting them in the back of the truck because they won't jump in the truck. But they like leap over this big fence.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's hilarious. It's so funny.
That's great. See, it's that kind of stuff, right? That like
the timings of it. So
yes, that's what makes it so wonderful. That's great.
Which is like the dog's never listening. Is like the best running joke ever. Yeah, so that's what I've done this week. I've just been watching that, and now Susan wants to watch it, so we got to figure out how to make that happen. So, well, you know what she thinks if we can get that going. So,
okay.
So we finally been doing that. So yeah,
nice.
That's pretty much my week.
All
Mostly
right.
just watching Clarkson's farm, and pretty much it. That's all.
Okay.
And hiding from the rain. That has been my week, really.
Very important that is to do that. I recommend that. Especially it hasn't just been rain, it's been cold and rainy, which is the worst part to be out in. It's not good. Not good. So
no, not even a little bit. So
well, good. Well, nice. Well, I'll do a teaser here because we are in the season of farms, and so I'll do a tie-in here at the very end. We're in the season of Guess the Artist at the Grandstands at the Missouri State Fair.
Yeah.
And I'll just go ahead and tell you who is already playing, and so we can start getting our minds thinking of who else who would fit well into this ensemble.
That's true. That's right. Oh yeah, they were speaking of outdoor events, this last Friday was supposed to be the first like food truck day here in town.
Oh,
and it was totally rained out because it was like flooding everywhere.
That makes sense.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Anyway, fairground time.
Yes.
What strange, disparate group of people could possibly be performing at the state fair that make absolutely no sense when you see them all together.
Yep, except for the fact that they are a part of the fair. So here's we have this. Okay. The first one, August 7th, Winona Judd.
Oh, Winona. That's pretty big.
I feel like kicking off pretty good.
Pretty strong.
Pretty good. Yes. We then move on to the next date, August 8th, with Blues Travelers.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Wow. Blues Traveler. I think that's a perfect fair band at this point.
It's an amazing fair band.
Yes. Like 1995 was big for Blues Traveler, and then like that was it. I don't really know.
It's the perfect connection here. Okay. August 9th is still to be announced. Okay, so August 9th.
TBD.
Don't know who that is. Okay. August 10th is the shootout truck and tractor pulls. So that's good.
Perfect.
Okay. August 11th, unknown. Okay. Still be announced. August 12th is John Anderson. Who?
Oh, okay. That is also a perfect fair act.
Okay. Yes. But making it even more of a fair act is it's not just John Anderson. It's an acoustic evening with John Anderson.
An acoustic evening with John Anderson.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, Seminole Wind is probably pretty good acoustically.
I think that'd probably be pretty amazing.
That's a pretty good song.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So I will have to go to that one just to hear that song. Okay.
I forgot about Straight Tequila Night. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay. There we go.
Also a good one acoustically. Yeah. Okay.
That would be good.
Yes. So
she's been thinking about him, and she's ready to fight. Anyway.
Okay. Now we get into the same thing that I've a general trend. We get into some newer artists. We get August 13th is Josiah Queen. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Good. This is how new. That's what I like. When the fair says new, sometimes that doesn't mean new. But I don't know who this person is, so
This seems
that probably
pretty
means new.
Okay.
Or like relatively like a like a locally famous, like in parts of Missouri or something.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Not necessarily in there, but like somewhere in Missouri.
No, I understand.
Like Kansas City or something like
that. Then we get to Hudson Westbrook the next night. Again,
I also don't know you. Sorry, buddy.
No clue. Then we roll into August 15th with Flo Rida.
Ah, yes.
This is
the fair tradition of having a random rap artist at the fair. That's really important.
Yes. It is really
Flo Rida.
Flo Rida.
Does he feature in Lillian's report anywhere?
We will make sure that is expunged.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
we will cut that out. Then we go into the last 2 nights are still to be announced. So,
the last 2 nights are not even announced. Ooh.
16th and 17th.
Baby.
So to recap here, we have
could be hiding Judge, some big guns.
Blues Traveler, John Anderson, Josiah Queen, Hudson Westbrook, and Flo Rida. And we have four acts to fill in here.
There you go. But we're giving like really strong. This is a very strong like 90s lineup right here.
Yes.
Right? Flo Rida's a little bit later, early 2000s. Okay, but like, and Winona, I think, goes a little bit the other way. Little 80s, I think. Probably John Anderson too, because he's old. He's 70. So, and that big album was like 1992. So he probably also leans in the 80s.
Yes.
So is a good classic fair territory right now, right? In 2025, you need 30 to 40 year old music acts. It's very important. That's a target fair audience. Okay. That's, as we determined last year, this is prime fair time, right? So I like this. I'm also, this is the last time I actually listened to country music, so I actually know who these people are. So there you go.
See, this is
the
why it's
early to mid 90s, right?
Yes.
That was the last time. Once again, just a side note into my music arc, I listened to country music pretty exclusively in my younger years. Around about 1994, 1995, I discovered The Offspring. I was like, oh, okay, just kidding. And then
have it saved.
Went in a completely different direction ever since. But
oh my goodness. Yeah. I was listening to, oh man, what was their song I was listening to the other day? And I was like, well, this is going to be on repeat for the next 6 days.
It happens. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, I think that's what I think our challenge for next week should be.
Okay.
Or next time we record, come up with
later this week.
Come up with or fill in the gaps, the 4 missing gaps.
Okay. 4 gaps for the fair.
4 bands.
Okay.
Who will it be?
Okay. Who would fit the fair vibes? I like this.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Let's go.
Okay. So that's the gauntlet. Done thrown.
Boom. I like it. Dropped. In that case, I have a haiku for you.
Yes.
To end on here.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, there. Clouds darken the sky. Rain soaks saturated soil. Change blows on the wind.
Good one. I like it. I like it. Perfect. And what a
hooray!
What a great way to cap off the whatever the last week was.
Yes,
and hopefully get a little bit more sunshine this week.
Yeah, hopefully yes, because oh man, that would be.
Okay, I'm liking it. Okay, perfect. Well, I'll start. I got to get my thinking cap on, and
yes, me too.
I also need to get some time in to catch up on season 3 of Clarkson's Farm.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. So
Awesome.
I think season 4 comes out next, or maybe at the end of this month. Gasp.
Yes. Oh, and did you see all 3 are coming back for another show?
Are all 3 of them coming back? I saw different things here.
Oh.
I don't know. There's like a retrospective thing, yes?
You mean the Not So Grand Tour?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I don't understand exactly what this is.
Yeah. So maybe more on that next time too.
Maybe we'll find out more.
In there. Oh, and I found another show that James is on recently, and it's great. So
okay. Perfect.
All right.
Look forward to that. Okay. Well, we will. Lots of things coming up to be involved in.
Things to look forward to.
Ta-da. Very good. Okay. We'll do this again soon.
Yes. Not tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
No, okay. That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.